The opinions of this podcast are solely those of the creators and do not reflect the opinions of the filmmakers involved. If you are of legal drinking age, feel free to have a drink with us, but please do drink responsibly. You're listening to Cole-astic Cinema.
I've abandoned my child! I've abandoned my boy!
That's my son! This is my boy! My boy!
Look how they massacred my boy.
With your hosts, Fabian Salazar. If I had a steak, I could fuck it. And Cole Butterfield.
Well, that's what I was thinking about as I went to bed, which is a great thought to have as you're trying to fall asleep. Is
Where we talk about movies.
Most of the time.
What?
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 What? That's what I mean!
What?
So come along for a ride and have fun.
Number 2.
A whole big number 2 right on your chest. Big old Cleveland steamer.
Cleveland steamer.
Big old
out
Cleveland
on my
steamer.
chest.
I feel like I'm very quiet. Am I quiet? Did I accidentally turn my volume down? I might have. Hang on here. Oh, yeah, is that a little bit better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
I feel like we should both be about 6.5.
I mean,
6.5.
that's what it says in my dating profiles that I don't have because those are stupid.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think we're both. We're both about maybe a 7. Maybe 7.
On my good days.
On good days.
On a good day, maybe
when I actually want to dress up and get suited up, I'm probably a 7.
I'm a Utah 7, so I'm a nice, California 2.
Yeah, I'm a California 2+.
Yeah, California king bed.
I'm a California 2 max
2 max
with subscription. 2 max subscription service. 2 prime.
California 2+.
Yeah. Welcome to Cole-astic Cinema.
Welcome. Is it getting stormy outside?
ooh.
Nope, it's just getting dark. Damn it.
No. But it is kind of overcast, which plays in with today's film. But before we get into today's film, we want to reiterate that you should always be liking and subscribing and sharing and also listening to the episodes of movies that you haven't seen. Maybe our review of the movie will sway you in a certain way, take you down a road, if you will, that you wouldn't normally go down.
And that can make all the difference, according to the prophet Bobby Frost.
Yeah.
Now I took the one less traveled. I listened to a podcast about a movie I hadn't seen, and then I watched it. Because those guys talked about maybe 5 minutes of the whole fucking movie before filling in with their own goddamn nonsense. But the points they did cover of the movie were fantastic.
It was utter nonsense, but actually the movie that they reviewed was a good one, and I wouldn't have seen it if I didn't listen to Cole-astic Cinema.
I mean, on the whole, Cole-astic Cinema feels good.
Also, Preparation H.
Yes, but mostly Cole-astic Cinema feels really good on that whole.
They do feel good on the whole. All right. I need my phone. So now, getting into the movie we're watching today, we are watching one of my, I would say, it's moving up, and we'll see where it sits after we watch it. But it's in my top 10 for sure. But it might move into my top 5. We are watching the. Oh shit! I didn't write down the year.
It's 2019.
2019. That's right. It is. We are watching the 2019 movie, The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse.
This is a Robert Eggers movie. For those of you who don't know Robert Eggers, he did The Witch, and more recently he did Beau is Afraid, right? That's Robert Eggers?
Yeah. Yeah, and I still need to see that because that looks insane.
So this movie was, like we said, directed by Robert Eggers, written by Robert Eggers and Max Eggers. It stars Robert Pattinson of Twilight fame.
Remember, because that was over 20 years ago.
Robert Pattinson of Batman, Good Time, and the Lighthouse fame, and Willem Dafoe of having a huge dick fame. That's not even just you go Google it. Google the size of Willem Dafoe's penis.
He's definitely part of the schlong of fame.
He's a schlong of fame. Green Goblin has a huge penis. Those that didn't know. Anyway, it was filmed in Nova Scotia.
Oh.
Yeah. Nova Scotia isn't a European country. It's Canada, for those that didn't know.
No. Nova Scotia.
Yeah. Nova Scotia, Canada. It was made for $11 million and made $18 million back. So it just... I don't know if it's in the realm of bombing or not. That's like right. That's tiptoeing the line. That's tiptoeing the line of just barely getting the money back, but also like it could have.
Okay, this is
like,
mostly
It's right there, right on the line.
So forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't know much about this movie. I remember like when it came out, a lot of people talking about it. People were like, "Oh, dude, you gotta watch that shit." But it's pretty much just shot in like one location, right? Like they're not traveling around a lot.
Yeah. It's basically all just the island.
Where is all that 11 million going to? Because they're also using is it for the equipment itself for how they're filming it, or
it's mostly
so you can afford Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson?
The actors, the cameras, the cinematography, the lighting, the entire set and crew. I mean, we can go through because they built the set.
Oh.
I have the collector's edition of this movie, which comes with a whole bunch of behind the scenes shit. Couple script pages, couple behind the scenes shots and everything. But one of the big ones is it comes with architectural design, which I want to show my sister-in-law because that's what she specializes in. So the entire layout of the lighthouse from up to down, I think most of the budget went towards just designing the inside and outs of the lighthouse.
See, I thought it was like something that Location Scout just found and they jumped. I didn't know they built it. It's like, oh, okay. I thought no, we just happened to know of this lighthouse.
No.
We're gonna shove Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson in there,
Which
that
would save
what happens.
a ton of money if they did. But yeah,
they're actually building the thing. So
they built the ups and downs and made sure everything was up to code and filmable.
I mean, I don't think I'd say this is a bomb if it made 18 after being filmed for 11, because this was a period piece. Seems like definitely one of those movies where like this isn't going to bring in a fuck ton of money, even if it's really, really good.
Yeah, it's another one. This is 2 this season. Another one that's basically a play, like a stage play, made into a movie.
just black box theater. 2 people. That's a shot. We go.
There we go.
Fabian knocking on the mic.
Knocking on the mic.
Knock on the fucking mic.
Yeah, this is another one that's just a stage play that they decided, you know what, this deserves to be on camera, and it works out so well. On
camera and not even a normal like, hey, we're just going to film this in a normal way. This is shot in a completely different way as opposed to the normal way of filming. Like, yeah, I tried reading on it and my brain shut down because you know what happens when I start getting presented with those.
Yeah. So this movie was filmed in 4:3, a 4:3 aspect ratio. That means it's four pixels wide by 3 pixels long. That's what the original film grade was. Oh, holy shit. I'm too drunk to talk about film grade. Okay, so film grade, like 4:3 was what everybody used to film in. It was the standard TV ratio, standard film aspect ratio, and then once we started moving towards HD, the aspect ratio moved towards 16:9, which is the standard film ratio. So you got 16 pixels wide by 9 pixels long. And then, you can get your super ultra HD and everything's starting to move wider and bigger. And when you're filming in IMAX, everything in IMAX is a little bit bigger. I do not specialize in aspect ratios. I'm trying to think. Snyder Cut was also in 4:3, but that was specialized for IMAX.
So, wait, okay. Oh, okay. So, okay, man. I guess I'll understand when I actually see it because it's. I think I understand what you're saying, but also, I mean, I guess I don't know pixel ratios. I don't get it. There was a point in time where I did, but I'm excited to see it. Like, because everything used to be all smaller and square for some fucking reason. Now make everything all wide and rectangular. Yeah, I'm curious how it's going to translate.
Oh, I'll have better explanation later, but I'll have a better explanation later when I'm more sober about to talk about it. But yeah, this movie is in a 4:3 aspect ratio, which adds a lot to the claustrophobia, being stuck in one location. You'll see it more on screen.
Yeah.
But it adds to it. It brings everything closer in together. No, it's very hard to explain without seeing. It's one of the things that I love about this movie that I didn't understand right away. Hearing that it was going to be presented in a 4:3 aspect ratio, I was kind of confused why Robert Eggers went with that decision, but after seeing the movie, it makes so much sense. And So the first time I saw this movie, I loved it, but I watched it with watched it in standard environment. Both my parents and they were kind of like, this is a weird movie, blah blah blah. And then the second time I watched it, I made my ex watch it. When we were still together, I was like, we're going to watch The Lighthouse because I want to watch this movie again. And I want to watch it with somebody that hasn't seen it before. And second viewing is very good. But it was just fun with her reaction being so, what the fuck did we just watch?
What the fuck was that? What was that? What was that? What is that?
Yeah.
What did you just make me watch? I was supposed to. Okay, cool.
It is one of those movies. It's presented like it's one of those movies where it's a what the fuck did I just watch? don't know how to explain it anymore. I know I'm being presented and like being like, talk about it. You've seen it before, but it's so fucking hard to explain. It's so hard to talk about. I also haven't seen it for 3 or 4 years, so I'm having a hard time just not talking about it scene for scene or giving away any of the plot. But it's yeah. We just have to watch it and come back and talk about it.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. Knowing what little I know about this movie, pretty much you have to experience first to actually talk about it. The only things I really know is that after the Lighthouse was done, I remember a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, like the 3 people I talked to outside of like you and my family, being like, hey, I've seen the Lighthouse. I think Robert Pattinson actually might make a pretty decent Batman. So...
yeah,
it's like,
this was the movie that sold him on me. It was like he's actually a good actor.
He's actually a good actor, which is what I heard. Plus, also it's Willem Dafoe, and what more? Like, I don't need much more if I got Willem Dafoe. Like, I'm happy with the Willem Dafoe, even if it's only for 5 minutes. 5 minutes of Willem Dafoe is better than no minutes of Willem Dafoe. So.
Right, and he's in the entire movie. So
oh yeah, like I'm imagining you've got Robert Pattinson, who still has all this Twilight bullshit he's got to carry with him, but also prove that he's better than, and also Willem Dafoe, who's just an insane powerhouse with a mighty schlong, and just these two coming together. It sounds fun. What little I did read in the background, like the preparation, like this seems like some fun, serious actor preparation to where you kind of wonder what the fuck is going on if your co-star, the things they choose to do as a way of psyching themselves up or getting ready for a scene. So I'm kind of curious to see how it all plays out and how people are able to manifest that level of paranoia and mania and things like that, because that sounds like a lot of fun to witness, especially in a weird different aspect ratio, and it's all in black and white, right?
yeah.
Crazy black and white, just like things used to be back in the day before the Wizard of Oz and the world turned to color. How did they do paintings if everything was in black and white? Because we used to have Renaissance paintings, and those are in color. But from the time when everything was in black and white. Oh.
All right. I think that's going to bring us to that's going to bring us to today's sponsor. This podcast is brought to you by Hopkins Brewing Company in South Salt Lake City, Utah. Low-key Brickline Brew Pub with great beer, great food, and great friends. Today I had the... What did I drink?
Same we've been doing for a minute. Friendly introduction or Pico Ricos. Just digging those nice summer crispy ales just to beat back this dry-ass heat.
Yeah.
Nothing else new on right now. I can't drink more than one of the Chili Mangoza. Otherwise, would have had a few more of those. But that's just one of those ones where I'm like, okay, I'm good. But no, friendly Pico, classic ones, easy ones to fall back on, easy to chase a tequila shot with and make you wonder what the fuck kind of tequila is this.
Not my favorite.
No,
but,
that was something that's like, okay.
Hopkins doesn't make tequila.
Yeah,
so.
They don't. They make beer. It's mighty fine, damn good beer.
But have some awesome specials on right now, so go check those out.
Oh, yeah. With the summer winding down, there's a lot more options for the chef to play with, and he's been a little bit bored, so he's been tinkering around. So swing by and check out what he's doing. The guy's a mad genius and one of the best in SLC, nominated in City Weekly 2024. Yes! The guy's great.
There it is. All right.
All right, now let's see how the fuck I don't even know how to read or gauge any of these scenes, especially when the characters are just old, young.
You're old. I'm young.
I'm aware. Now, who are you going to read for?
Young.
Oh.
Well,
as long as we're not stretching.
Yep.
Okay, this is the scene you were showing me the other day, right?
Yeah, but I had to scroll super far down because I didn't want to ruin it for you.
Oh, boy.
Didn't want to ruin it for you. So we're going to do a script reading from the movie, from The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Okay, and I am old. All right, hold on. He does like a classic sailor, kind of like Atlantic sailor. It's
like a sea captain-y. But
are you ready, kids?
yeah. But
But a bit more.
don't do it there.
A bit more of the.
But I'll gotta try and find my New England accent. Hold on, and there we go. Finding it, trying to find the Philly nuances. Oh, but I don't know about that.
Arg, matey.
No, I don't know about that.
You don't?
I don't.
What?
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 What? That's what I mean.
What?
That's what I. That's what troubles me with you.
That's the trouble with ye.
That's the trouble with you.
With ye.
With you.
Nah.
No. No, I'm peeking. I want a steak. I want a goddamn steak.
Shut it.
A steak. A rare, bloody steak. If I had a steak, I could. I could fuck it.
You don't like my cooking.
Don't be such an old bitch.
Ah, you're drunk. You don't know what you're talking about.
How could I possibly like the horse shit you fix us for supper?
Ooh, okay, same time. All right.
Then
You're
the,
drunk.
the,
You
the
wouldn't
kitchen,
be saying that. You're
Shanky
drunk.
cooks,
You're
gave us fried
no, you're drunk.
donuts and times a day
No, you're
and
drunk. You wouldn't be saying
country
that if you weren't drunk.
ham
I'm a drunk.
bigger than your fist.
You're drunk.
Yeah. I'm drunk. I'm drunk.
You heard me.
You've been drunk since
Damn ye.
drunk since I first laid eyes on you.
Fond of me lobster, ain't ye?
You're drunker. You're drunker than a virgin-y fence.
Oh, I seen it. You're fond of me lobster. Say it. Say it. Damn ye!
I don't have to say nothing.
Let that team strike ye dead, Winslow. Ooh.
There you go.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Out of nowhere. All right. Hark! Triton, hark! Bellow and bid our father the sea king rise up from the depths, full foul in his fury, black waves teeming with salt foam, to smother this young mouth with pungent slime, to choke ye, engorging your organs till ye turn blue and bloated with bilge and brine and can scream no more. Only when he, crowned in cockle shells with slithering tinkled tail and steaming beard, takes up his fell, finned arm, his coral tin trident screeches banshee-like, like in the tempest, it runs ye through the gullet, bursting ye a bilging bladder, no more but a blasted bloody film now, nothing for the harpies and souls of the dead sailors to peck and claw and feed upon, only to be lapped up and swallowed up by the infinite waters, that dread emperor himself, forgotten to any man, to any time, forgotten to any god or devil, forgotten even to the sea. For any stuff or part of Winslow, even any scantling of your soul, is Winslow no more, but is now itself the sea.
All right. Have it your way. I like your cooking. Perfect.
I'm not even sure if I got most of that. I kind of blacked out there for a second.
No, it was good. No, it's perfect.
That is a
Just
beautiful monologue. Like I wanted to. Oh, I can't wait
No.
to see Defoe do that. I can't wait to see a professional actually do that.
You'll love this movie. It is a character dive.
Yeah, this is giving me.
It's nothing but monologues back and
Yeah.
forth. Like
Well, also it's set in a time
that. That's
yeah.
that's half of a scene.
And it's set in a time that I thoroughly love, which is like that old timey, like, Jules Verne level fucking shit right there. Like I'm about that. I'm excited. Hell yeah. I've read books, and this sounds like books that I've read.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go watch The Lighthouse,
Arr.
and we'll let you know what we think.
Yeah.
You hear of tetanus, deadness. Yeah. Started as a slipper of a cotton sole. I heard of it. From the forestays, when we shoved off. On the fortnight, the bosun was shaking. Stop. His chops looked tighter. And then I cut that.
Goddammit, I can't hear no more!
What were you accused me of? You already told me you had me figured.
I'm tired of your damn fool yarns and your Captain Ahab horse. You sound like a goddamn parody. Giving and nagging orders like a spinster school mom, when all the while giving the station in this devil's own road yourself. Well, it's all horseshit. Your leg and your sea life, all of it.
Oh, it hurts so good.
This new system of recording in the morning, I kind of like it. Gives us some time to think on what we just watched and everything, and also ensures that we're not too drunk to record.
Yeah, I like the now the day, like the literal day and night difference of, wow, those guys were kind of dipping their toes in pretty deep. Preamble.
Yeah, preamble. I was pretty tipsy early on.
The few times we kind of just stared off. I'm like, fuck, man, I can't talk about this movie. I haven't done any goddamn research about it yet.
It's like, you haven't done any research, and I'm too drunk to talk.
Fuck! Fuck! But now that I've had time to drink and watch the movie.
Yeah. So, what'd you think?
I love this movie. This movie is a lot. I did not take a single note. I didn't want to miss a single beat of this movie.
Yeah, it's so captivating.
If not for the fact that my vision is not the best, and because it isn't black and white, there's a lot of hues that I'm not quite picking up on. So there's just some certain parts where it's just dark.
Yeah.
Like, you can't look away and right. Try to make out the shadow. Okay. It's a mermaid. All right. Okay.
I love. We'll get to it. But I love how they're, Robert Pattinson's character. He is so shut off. So like, I'm not even gonna learn your name. I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna do my job for a month and fuck off.
Yeah.
When we're done. And then on the last day, he kills the seabird. And those of you who don't know, it's bad luck to kill a seabird.
Bad luck to kill a seabird.
Enough to where it's enough of an issue to where when Robert Pattinson laughs about it, Willem Dafoe smacks him.
Yeah.
And says, it's bad luck to kill a seabird.
Don't fucking do it. A quick, from inside,
he slaps
full,
the
haymaker
shit
of a slap.
It takes him back. Literally takes him back. He stands up like, what the fuck
was that?
It's bad luck to kill a seabird.
You fucking idiot.
And I love the. Did you pick up on? So Willem Dafoe's last assistant was a man with one eye, and the seagull that's harassing him it's got one eye. And he was saying like, why is it bad luck to kill a seabird? It's like, it's because they're the souls of sailors that were lost at sea and everything. So it's fun to see that. Like maybe the seagull was harassing him, being like, leave. Don't stay here with him. He's crazy.
He's crazy. You will fall for the exact same thing I did, where you become obsessed with what is happening during the night shift in the lighthouse. Why does he get to keep the light? It's an interesting little obsession.
Yeah. Why is it so tantalizing?
Why is it so tantalizing?
Yeah. But it's so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, especially from the get-go, like with how it's shot. First, you have that an annoying-ass sound that I was worried is going to be in the whole movie, and it was.
The fucking foghorn.
Yeah, just, I'm like, okay, well, this will probably only be for certain. Oh, no, the whole fucking time?
Yep.
I see why he went insane. Yeah. But then also just the stopping and looking at the camera. Like, just for like a solid minute and a half, both of them settling up, and then you have Willem Dafoe with his pipe upside down. He smiles and walks away, and then Robert Pattinson's just full, just like stone-faced, stared, and then just fucks off. It's like, oh, okay, so this is where we're at. All right, okay, this is where we're starting.
Do you like his accent? He pulls it off so well that
it's supposed
late
to be some sort of
1800s.
1800s, supposed to be some region of Maine, I think, is what I was reading. Like, very like
that. It's like a Dundalk accent.
Yeah, to where like part of his Robert Eggers' direction was like say the second say the second third of that line 75% faster to nail the regional accent of it all. And just read them like, oh yeah, there's certain parts where like in just even American accents where like we speed things up or slow things down in certain areas. Especially if you're going from like East Coast to the South.
Yeah, it was like even me, like sometimes when I'm with a certain group of people, like my concert buddies, I got really like, yeah, dude, like kind of like California, like yeah, when we were at this show.
Whenever I'm like down in the, I've been in the South too long. I'm like, oh no, I can't be doing that right there.
Getting a little bit of a twang.
I don't feel like doing that. I'm saying, with all due respect, ma'am, you can kind of go fuck off.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. Have a blessed day.
Let's see. Okay, so we're talked about the seagull, the super hot siren chick.
That was cool. I mean, I like how, because it does seem to tie in. Well, it does tie in all those old, like, you know, late 1800s sea like superstitions and stuff like that. Like what I mentioned earlier during the preamble, like the stuff that I read and I loved. I haven't spent a day or not even a minute on a fucking boat on the ocean at all, but I love those kind of stories.
Yeah.
And the whole culture behind it, and the fact that they now no longer talk that way, because what they're mostly saying, what Willem Dafoe is mostly saying, every third word is nonsense and not a real word.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm glad we moved past that so we can get to things like skibbity and chuggy as opposed to, you know, wakey. Be a wiki.
Be a wiki.
Be a wiki. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean? That means nothing. All words have been nonsense since we invented them.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I love the vibes. Really, like I honestly was like, I had a few more drinks. Like, dude, we're getting fucking anchor tattoos right now. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, we polished off that bottle of whiskey, and it was like when Willem Dafoe does his angry, damning Winslow.
His fucking unblinking curse.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I like your curse.
Where he's weirdly not fucking foaming at the mouth either. Just like,
it's so good the way it's all lit too, with the very low key lighting, and oh man,
I like the way the shadows play with everything too. Like when fucking Winslow, aka Winslow,
yeah, in
like,
quotations,
ends up standing up and like really just laying into Willem Dafoe. Just about everything. Like you see the shadow itself start to kind of grow behind him. Is it like showing that he is imposing over him, towering over him, falling fully into this madness that he was already mad to begin with. Like for the first 5 minutes of the movie, this man's like, he's spending time where he should be in bed so he can do all this shit the next day, smoking, jacking off to the thought of a mermaid, and looking at the lighthouse. Yeah. Like this is like day one.
Yeah. And then let's see. When he explained, or when we did our script reading of this, I had to very carefully, like right before that, we talked about it a little bit after it happened. Like right before that, he trips up and is talking about Winslow.
Yeah,
and he's like Winslow.
Winslow.
Yeah, that son of a bitch Winslow. He's always harping on me.
I was on my ass. Winslow. Foreman Winslow. It's like,
yeah. You're not.
Well, it made his line.
Lied about your name.
Yeah, it made his line a lot more interesting because we did mention that like Willem Dafoe like had switched up stories a little bit or kind of did some gaslighting.
Yeah,
but I feel like you could just attribute it to the fact that this is already a crazy sailor man, and also most old men can't keep any injury story straight unless it's something that was really fucking cool.
Yeah, they have. I mean, play it up, make it fun,
switch it up. Like, what's the chance that this young person is actually going to listen to you and pay attention to it?
Exactly, and you're supposed to only be working with them for a month.
Yeah, so it's like I got to tell you that. Yeah, tell you about these, all the Catholic nuns and all that fucking up my leg, and turns out it was like some ship accident where I ended up breaking. I thought you said it was this. Like, oh no, you must have heard me wrong.
And he, but yeah, they both are very tragic characters.
Yeah.
And even Robert Pattinson, when he's talking to himself, like trying to explain what happened to Winslow, was like, he did the Batman thing. Is like, I didn't kill him, but I didn't save him.
Yeah. Which is another good reason why he made him pretty damn good Batman.
He already
understood
had the qualifications.
He knew the assignment. It's like, I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you. And that is that hold up in any court. It's like, Your Honor, I did not kill him. I just didn't save him. I panicked. Instead of this man I've been thinking about killing for so long dying in front of me. And then went and jerked off in his shed.
That whole chase sequence where Winslow's trying to leave. We'll call him Winslow. It's just easier.
That's easier.
Robert Pattinson's character, Winslow, he's trying to leave, and Willem Dafoe destroys the boat with the axe and then starts chasing him. And then gaslights him, saying, like, you were chasing me with the axe.
And you destroyed the boat. You're the reason we're stranded here.
Do you even know how long we've been here?
Well, which ties into earlier with, like, all the paranoia. It's like, no, like, I've been telling you for weeks that we need to ration, and you've been giving me all this humming and hollering about it. And, like, no, like, we're going to have to go bury the last of the rations. Because of you, we've had to eat them all in these past few weeks. And then their rations, of course, is a crate of alcohol.
Yeah, just a big-ass crate of whiskey. And then they resort to drinking fuel.
Whew. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I do get it. There's no internet. There's no TV. You're fucking bored. You're stuck on a fucking island.
It's also interesting to think about, like, question rose in my head. I mean, the first time I watched this, but it pops up every now and again, like, are there even two of them?
Well, that's what I was thinking about as I went to bed, which is a great thought to have as you're trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But then this morning, I'm like, I don't think there were two of them because Dafoe originally introduced themselves when they finally do get to know each other as Thomas, and I don't recall a last name.
Right.
And then you find out.
I think he does say it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's mostly just like Tom's Tom, and they call him calling each other Tom and Tommy. Like,
yeah.
And it seemed like to kind of just contrast from the very beginning when you have that shot of them with Dafoe with the upside down pipe and all that. Like, this is pretty much just like the older version, and nothing's really quite what he thought it was. Maybe it's him remembering it's the time initially there, or maybe after, failing to save Winslow, Pattinson just runs away, because he is accused of being a runaway and on the run by this person who may or may not be there, which I think makes it a whole lot better and complicates the fuck out of everything. So it's, instead of just these two men going insane, it's just one man losing his fucking mind.
Yeah.
And
slowly losing his mind, drinking himself to death, killing himself.
Yeah.
And then succumbing to the lighthouse, whatever insanity that may be or represent.
I like how it's not too forward and like letting you know, like when we're like watching Hereditary and stuff like that. It's like, oh no, demons is what's causing all this. This one's like
demons and witches.
Demons and witches. This one's like, who the fuck even knows, man? Like,
yeah. No, this one's really fun. Leaves a lot of. Then that's the thing is it's fun. It leaves a lot more questions than answers.
I mean, I'm sure if they're viewing, you notice something else, or it like solidifies an opinion, or maybe alters an opinion. Like, oh wait, well I didn't see that.
Right.
But
and then. Yeah, and it gets you talking.
Yeah,
it's one of the very, very fun movies that just makes you want to talk about it and go over theories with everybody else.
And just so much fun, and also just just how true it was to the time period itself. It very much like it says it's a period piece, and it is a period piece. Like I don't see anything taking me out of the fact that this is all happening around 1890. Like, even all the crazy supernatural quote unquote shit going on, like nothing seems too far-fetched for what could just be happening then, and all the tales that were written around this time of men going mad and seeing things and fucking mermaids, and I think that's where most of the money went, was that mermaid costume, and just to make that
good. I was just about to bring that up. Like, yeah, the super hot mermaid and her weird fishy vagina.
Yeah, it's like
linger on, like it kind of like, he's running her hand down her and everything, and then he starts noticing her gills and then her fishtail. Then it cuts away. I was like, wait, I clearly remember. It goes back to it later.
Oh yeah, when we get to see
her
full shot of the that yeah, there's got to be a pun there somewhere.
Her
clam.
Yeah. For lack of a better
term. And then just a nice shot of Robert Pattinson's ass. We got some nice Pattinson ass shots with this.
Yeah, because you gotta play to everybody.
I mean, yeah. Plus, what's he gonna do? fuck a mermaid with his pants on. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, their zippers aren't the best. He's got to pull those things most of the way, not even all the way down.
Nah, just down to his knees at least.
It also makes me wonder just what age he's supposed to be in this, because seems to have a lot of because it's 1890s and he looks like he's 30. He's most likely 15.
Yeah.
That explains a lot of just like the anti-authoritarian energy, the chronic horniness, like talking about if he had a steak, he could fuck it if it was rare.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm curious about what the ages are, because this is 1890. No one's going to be over the age of 50.
No.
Especially living the life that they do. So it's probably just a 15-year-old and a 30-year-old losing their fucking minds and going like, that's something else I was curious about, because he does seem older, because he is older and he's Robert Pattinson. But if you remember the time period, like everyone looked old.
Yeah.
As soon as they were born.
Like even people in the 80s, like I was talking about earlier, there's that picture of Arn Anderson at 27. He looks like he's a 40-year-old man.
Yeah. Or like with Jaws, we're like, how fuck old are any of these people? This woman looks like she's 95 talking about this new, 10-year-old son that she lost. And in actuality, she's probably only 40.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Harder living. That's why people are getting hot and we're living longer.
before all the microplastics and preservatives
this is true
that
before
we ate growing up.
Yeah. Just preserving everything, just keeping it all nice and youthful with all the fun chemicals and microplastics that we just indulged in earlier as well.
Yeah.
I can feel my arteries filling up like I'm just being, filled with plastic. So I can
Veins clogging, heart's pumping. Mitchell. Anyway, and then there was one thing at the very end that we both caught, and I'm glad you said it, because I was gonna wait. But yeah, the very Promethean, Prometheus style.
Yeah,
ending.
the complete Promethean ending of he finally bring fire down to mortals. Like this whole thing has been held over his head for an indeterminate amount of time now, which is like, what's going on in the lighthouse? Why can't I be in there? Why did I have to watch cum fall from the fucking railings?
Was it cum, or was it squid?
Or was it
tentacle,
squid, like
ooze?
Mucus?
Yeah.
Or was it both? Why not both?
It was probably a little bit of both.
It's probably just Willem Dafoe fucking an octopus.
Yep.
And
Up top. and Willem Dafoe becoming Neptune or Poseidon.
Or Poseidon or something like that.
I guess if we're keeping the style of Greek, it would be Poseidon.
Well, he does invoke him during the entire curse itself.
It's true.
And he does, while getting his ass kicked at one point in time, look like we would guess would be like Poseidon.
Yeah, he's choking him. He's got the starfish on his head. That's on my A24 playing cards.
Dude, the costuming is fantastic on this. Like, that was some really good costuming, some great cutaways. You get classic Willem Dafoe's crazy face, which anytime I can see Willem Dafoe looking fucking insane, I am happy. It's like, oh, that man is gone.
Yeah.
There's nothing behind those eyes anymore.
And then to finish the metaphor, bringing down the fire to mortals, but then he's forced to suffer for eternity, being eaten alive by all the seagulls.
Yeah, immediately by being so just enamored of it that he ends up slipping, doesn't even get himself all the way up. It slips off the ladder. You hear his leg break, which is, oh, God. I mean, I know that's what would happen, but I don't need to hear that. Like in Batman Begins, when he drops him off, he's like, "This is not going to kill me. The worst is going to hurt me." He's like, "I'm planning on it here."
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it, no! And then tumbles all the way down the stairs. Like, oh yeah, this motherfucker's dead.
It's so good, so true to Batman. It's like, this fall from this height wouldn't kill me. I'm planning on it.
But yeah, even that fall, even like tumbling down the stairs all the way, wouldn't kill his character if he had access to anybody to help him out. But no, he's clearly fucking dead. He's got a broken leg. He's passed out and drunk off his mind off of fucking gasoline.
Yeah, just drinking gasoline.
To the point where they stopped sweetening it. He's just like, oh, yeah, no. I almost wondered if at one point, because of his obsession, he'd be consumed by the fire inside the lighthouse when he opened it up, because he's clearly soaked in fucking gasoline.
Yeah.
Didn't happen, though. So that's like, okay, cool, what's going on? Oh, it's just going to vibrate and we're going to be like, I forgot I was supposed to drop mushrooms before this. And just
one thing I noticed that I hadn't noticed on previous watches, like his face is completely in the dark and covered in blood and everything, but then once the lighthouse starts consuming him, once he gets his hand in the fire and everything, it starts lightening up and lightening up and lightening up. And
oh yeah, to the point where he's like almost being a pure light because of it, which I mean makes sense when you go back to the callback with Willem Dafoe, where they show him like his shirt is off, so you got to like guarantee he's probably up there drunk and naked, just like
drunk. It just I love that shot of him just like pure euphoria, looking at the light like
Like, whoa.
It's like, okay, I might need to visit a lighthouse.
Sounds pretty fucking awesome.
But man, no, this movie was so good and so much fun and just quiet, but like also still with that fucking air horn going off the entire time too. Where like there's not moments for it to be quiet, which makes sense for like the interrupting of any type of serenity in your mind while you're trapped on an island for 4 weeks, which itself is to be like alone on a month. You got no TV, no internet, just you and this dude you don't even fucking know.
If he's even real.
If he's even real, telling you what to do. Which another reason that he could not be real is because you talked to him about how you read about all the things you're supposed to do, and maybe that's just a part of your brain that knows what's actually supposed to happen, and noticing those
you're harping on yourself,
which he would be doing.
On your duties, Winslow.
Yeah, he's clearly got an inferiority complex based on constantly being picked on by. Probably not even picked on. Like this guy kind of seems like a bit of a pusher, like kind of like a bit of a bitch. Like anyone telling him anything is going to piss him off. Like, oh no, like I can read books. I don't need to do that. It's like, well, you haven't done the fucking job. So you're going to do this. I don't care what you think you know. You're going to do the job the way that I know the job's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
And you're going to have some animosity about it because you're not in the position that I am in. And you're just looking to be a made man.
Yep.
To retire into the woods and not be talked to by anybody. But that's going to take some fucking time and most likely not going to fucking happen.
And it could be a little bit of that. Good to have some PTSD from the actual Winslow.
Yeah, the actual
giving
Winslow.
him shit when he
and
was
berating
logger.
him and calling him a dog and
to the point where he's like, when the opportunity presents itself where Winslow's gonna die, he's like, you know what, fuck you, I'm not saving you.
Yeah, it's like, no. It's like, and the only thing I could think of is that I could really go for a smoke, which is another thing that could tie into Willem Dafoe being just a hallucination. Anytime something happens, the first thing Dafoe does is reach for his pipe and lights up. That's the very first thing. It's like, oh man, I could really use a fucking smoke. Which smoking and sailing seems like an interesting combination for back in the day because everything you need to smoke cannot get wet.
Yeah.
And it's going to be wet. It's going to be all like fucking...
You got to keep your pipe upside down.
Yeah.
I feel like if I were to have a boat one day, I'd have to have a pipe.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? I would.
You need a big old sailboat and a pipe. Singing that Beach Boys song.
That Beach Boys song.
Wouldn't it be nice if you...
Wouldn't it be nice?
Yeah.
You like pretty much just reenacting this thing for 51st Dates.
Yeah, exactly.
How
but
awesome
with a pipe.
Yeah. How awesome for that man to be giving me an album to remind me of all the great times I spent with his daughter. What an asshole! Wouldn't it be nice? Fuck yeah, I'd do that. That would just be my sea shanties. I'd just be drunkenly sad singing any Beach Boys songs. Like, I wish they all could be California girls. Hey, girls.
The Coast Guard's just like, just let him go. They're watching you the whole time.
Like, dude, he hasn't even really left the harbor. It's like, we know.
He does this.
He's kind of going, he liked the Lighthouse, all right?
That's a funny visual.
Like, I think we should go out there and do something. He's like, I'm going to tell you something right here, right now. I'm in charge. I'm not going to do anything to help out that man. You're going to try to save a drowning man who's gone mad. He's just going to drag you down there with him. Why'd you take that voice, dude? You don't have to talk like that. You guys got respect for the sea.
Dude, when we get a little bit bigger budget, let's make that sketch. Let's make that sketch. That would rock.
You know, this is the end line. It's like, you've seen The Lighthouse. Yeah, it's right over there. No, the fucking movie from 20... Oh, Christ.
It's bad luck to kill a seabird, boys. Oh, man. All right. Well, this was a really, really fun episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really
guys.
fun movie. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Robert Eggers is definitely a director to keep your eyes on. Another movie of his that we have in our, not this season, but in our list of movies is The Witch.
Right.
The Vavitch, A New England Tale. Both of these are old New England movies. But
I mean, it's an interesting era, like, especially like in American history. Like you have Willem Dafoe even talking about Salem. It's like it's not that much longer after the witch trials.
I wonder where Robert Eggers is from.
It's gonna be weird if he's not from New England.
He's from fucking like Nevada or some shit.
He's from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's never even seen the coast until he started making movies. This was his first time next to the ocean.
He's just so enthralled by the ocean.
It's like, never got to see it as a kid, and now I get to. I'm going to make all the movies about it.
Oh, he even looks like an old English sailor. That's fucking awesome.
What was his name?
Oh yeah, he also did The Northman. The Northman's on our list too.
Oh, okay, that's okay. So that's why that name's sounded familiar.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
talked about The Northman a little bit off mic, but that one's fun. It's basically just Viking Hamlet.
Yeah, Viking Hamlet. This one's...
To the point where the main character's name is Amleth. Just take the H and put it at the end of
mean, sometimes you don't got to try, man. I get it. Like,
no, that one's so much fun. And, Lee, New Hampshire.
So the boy from New Hampshire. His last name is Eggers. Hey, good on him, man. Fucking shoot cool shit about the things you know.
Yeah, exactly. If that's what you grew up listening to and hearing about, like all those tales, like fucking let's go.
Yeah, you're reading some fucking classic Jules Verne or anything like that. Why not add a slight supernatural element and drive your audience insane with that stupid fucking foghorn?
I was gonna say I could make let's see, you can make a movie about like a horror movie about missionaries that get kidnapped or some shit, but like that would be fun, but it would be like, meh, who really gives a shit?
Unless you wanted to play with the elements of having their faith be challenged the entire time while they've been kidnapped or abducted by a former, like, somebody that was a former believer that then gets sent back to try to get back into the church and to fall into this trap. And because you have the two of them, they work in pairs. One's going to really lose their faith quickly, and one's going to hold steadfast to it. And at the end, whether or not they both stay religious or alive at the end would be, I think, the twist behind it. And a commentary on the fragility of actually being able to hold on to faith when challenged by real-world obstacles outside of the things that you've been pampered for within your narrow-minded, tiny little cult.
That actually sounds like a really, really good character study. That sounds like it would be a really fun character study.
And that was just out of my ass. I didn't even blink or think.
Yeah.
Eat a dick, Willem Dafoe. I can do it, too.